Hello friends, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the liver damage review. Not because of excessive drinking, but because today I went and sprayed a whole bunch of rubber sealant, and despite the respirator, it was a little bit too much. Yeah, part of apprenticeship means doing all the really shit work that nobody else wants to do for very good reasons. Today also included me accidentally getting disoriented and hitting my head on the thing on the side of the warehouse wall, and of course grabbing the spray can wrong and getting squirted in the face, miraculously missing my eye. That said, I'm still pretty out of it, and I'm just kind of rambling endlessly. So, on to today's review, which is of Indica, an India Pale Ale, and this is from the Left Coast Brewing Company. I don't know much about the Left Coast Brewing Company. So, it's apparently in Berkeley, California. Indica Pale Ale is a smooth, full-bodied, filtered beer. It is radically hopped to give it an intense, mystical aroma. And apparently, American Hindu Council hasn't found out about them yet because they'd probably be a little bit offended about Ganesha offering up some beer here. But, you know, it's all good in the hood. All religious figures need to be selling alcohol. Except, you know, that one dude who I'm not going to name because I don't want to die. Okay. So, I've actually drank a couple bottles of this before the review and read the reviews. I always read reviews before I go and do my own review because I like to go and kind of know if I'm getting a decent bottle or not, or if, you know, that reviews are sort of radically different. Now, there wasn't an age statement on this bottle or the six-pack case it came in, but I sort of lean to the belief that this beer has been on the shelf for a little bit too long for an India Pale Ale. And you'll see why as I go into the tasting notes. Opening it, you immediately are hit with the smell of tropical fruits. Give it a fairly vigorous pour. And it is a lightly cloudy golden orange color with a frothy, kind of fizzy head actually. Very well carbonated. Head is pretty much white to off-white. And immediately you are struck by very strong tropical fruit and citrus aromas. The most prominent to me is of passion fruit, followed by orange, and of course grapefruit. It almost really does smell like passion orange drink, which is a very popular drink here in Hawaii. Almost no pininess at all. There is a hint of floralness to it. Just a slight hint of resin, and not really any skunkiness either. Overall, it smells juicy. For an IPA, the body is very light. It doesn't have a thick mouthfeel. It's almost... It almost has a light mouthfeel to it. Like it's a regular ale. Even like a golden ale almost, as opposed to an IPA or a regular pale ale. Despite the very highly visible carbonation, it actually is sort of only mildly carbonated in the mouth. Now, here's why I believe that this has been sitting on the shelf for a little bit too long. Flavor is very muted. All the IPA flavors are there, and they're pretty good flavors. Well, not all the IPA flavors. Immediately hit by grapefruit, but then what comes in are kind of a really sweet malty taste, which is in the mid palate that's just there before the grapefruit reasserts itself. It really seems like the hop presence here has faded. Now, is that how it's supposed to be? Is this a poorly brewed IPA? Reading the reviews, it sounds like, that many other reviews say that this is very intense. It has a strong piney element to it. Something that I'm not getting much at all here. Just a slight hint of a pine underneath the grapefruit, and a bit of that sort of pine resiny lingering finish, but not so much overall. Nope, not so much at all. I guess other reviews have stated that they believe that they had gotten a pack or a bottle that had been on the shelf for too long. I'm actually very curious about getting this fresh. Why? Because of the depth and complexity of the citrus and tropical fruit flavors. Really makes me wonder, what it would be like to have this when it's fresh and off the draft, and a lot of the more volatile hop elements have not yet faded. As it is right now, it's kind of like almost a watery pale ale. It's kind of a ghost of an IPA, and the ghost of something that really gives hints of something being quite grand, especially when you sniff that bouquet. You're thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be a real showcase of fruitiness and bitterness. And then, yeah. So, in summation, I'm not going to go and knock this down yet. I kind of believe that this bottle has been sitting on the shelf for too long. I really want to try this in a way that I can have it where it's guaranteed to be fresh, as an IPA should be. Oh, by the way, this is 6.5 ABV. It doesn't drink like it, though. So, now I had a little discussion about why very hop-forward beers, especially, should not be left on the shelf for more than 2 or 3 months, and should always be stored at a correct temperature. Warmth also damages these really hop-forward beers. So, in summation, Indica, I know some of you are in California, and, can get this guaranteed fresh. I'm in Hawaii. They don't really have a large distributor here, so I don't think it turns over all that much. That said, I can't wait to try it again. It actually sounds really interesting, and I'm going to look forward to seeing more things from Left Coast, trying more things from Left Coast Brewery. Well, that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.